Hello again, we're back with another Transformers video. Today we are looking at Beast Wars styled blitzwing. So getting right into it here, his first alt mode is this sort of large terror bird, condor type thing. It's like a long-necked big old bird. It's got opposable legs and wings and stuff, got little talons. And that jazz. Can also bring in the robot mode head, because this is a headmaster. Here is the little bot mode for the robot mode head. Bring him for comparison, he's about the same size as, for another comparison, a human. Dude. Right. So to start with the transformation into his second alt mode, we're gonna just come here, and this will kind of reveal what it is immediately. But we're gonna fold in these panels, bring down that head, and bring it up the tusks, forming the head of the war elephant. We're then gonna come to the bird legs and just extend them like that. Or just rip them off entirely. Just extend them. We're then gonna rotate the talons out of the way. So we're gonna, oh, that's just snapped off. We are just gonna rotate the back talon, and then rotate the front one up. Do the same on this side. So rotate that one up, rotate and flip up. That forms the front legs of the elephant and kind of the front half. We're then gonna just fold down the tail and then fold down the rear legs, fold up the bird tail, and while we do that, we're going to rotate the wings into position ready and get the bird tail up there. And I'm going to rotate this around, bring down the legs and bring down the tail. Next thing I'm going to do, unfortunately this does have part swing, but to mimic the tank we have a throne with a crossbow, and this is going to stud onto here. This is a completely optional bit of parts forming though, and it can also be put on as bird mode, but I'm not really going to bother showing that because it doesn't matter as much. Then I'm going to slide the wing tips down. Oh, that one's just broken off. And then the wing tips are going to simply, or the wings are just going to simply collapse in on these sides. And then, oh, what is going wrong in this video? Then I'm just going to fold in the rear panels. This sounds like a lightning speedrun type video compared to my usual stuff. Adjust his legs, and then this crossbow has a seat for either a human, put his tail down, or the headmaster. So the elephant here is just an elephant. Not much else to say. It's quite a solid build. He does sort of have butt cheeks and tail. These spikes all over him. He's quite fun. Anyway, so to get him into robot mode, I'm going to start by just popping this off. This unfortunately can't connect on the robot mode. You can connect on both alt modes, however. Just going to chuck that to a side, and this is the easiest mode to get him into because the arms are pretty much transformed already. This needs to be orientated differently. And the tail is in the right position. So we're going to fold out the wingtips, fold them up, and just get them out of the way. Then going to rotate. The legs are in the right position. Then we're just going to wrap the tail up like that. Bring the arms down. Bring the wings backwards. I'm going to come to the elephant head. Split it. Oh, probably should have rotated it first. Rotate it, split it. Come to the back here. Fold the tusk and bird head down. Then we can just fold the wings up and slide the wingtips in. And then we can pull up this bar piece on a ball joint. ready to take the headmaster, and to transform the headmaster, it's very simple. We're just gonna rotate the arms back and slide them, and then we're done. Now I can just plug this on to the peg. Now we have Blitzwing in his robot mode. So Blitzwing here is kind of G1 based for his main thing. A little bit of animated in there with like some of the color scheme here and there with like dark tans and stuff. And of course, how like much thinner the wings are, as opposed to like these really big clunky things. These are a lot more like sideswept and not as much like sticking out to the sides. They're more backwards. He somehow stands despite his feet being thin, but do accommodate that with like the elephant foot heels. He's got these nice beast mode style spikes all over him. And the only real kibble other than the wings, he's got like a few spike bits here and there, is just kind of this bird head sticking on the back. And a little bit of this shoulder stuff, but it's kind of standard at fair. He's not too bad. And then for accessories in this mode, he has a pistol and a sword, as well as the crossbow can actually detach from the seat here. And you can give this to him as a teeny tiny little bow. But it does kind of look a little ridiculous. It works a lot better with deluxe characters to give him that as a bow. Or maybe if I do like a hot rod, I'll use the same bow design. If anyone wants to use this for minifigures as well, they can, because it does work for that. It's a good size for a minifigure, like bow. So it works for that, I guess. Bring in a human for comparison. Give him his weapons, give him his gun. These just simply clip in like a regular minifigure. Didn't go articulation in Bumblebee's video that much. And I don't think I'll really bother here because it is like very standard affair here. It's like if you've seen one of my builds, you've pretty much seen like the articulation for all of them. Because unless I specify like a lack of articulation or like a specialized extra bit, it is the same thing. So ball joint at the top of the shoulders, ball joint at the bottom part of the shoulders, or like the elbows, ball joints that could be seen as the, actually technically this would be the elbows, I guess, I don't know. Ball joints at the waist, ball joints at the knees. He has no rotation in his hands. The wings are on 2 ball joints for either wing, and the head is on a ball joint, which is a nice unique thing. Usually my heads are either just a swivel, sometimes a T-joint, or sometimes they literally have nothing. Some of them are just on like a clip, so you can't even rotate them, and they just look up and down. And some of them are just a swivel, so you just swivel them. But this guy has like a nice ball joint, so he's all sorts of posable. But for size comparison, I'm going to bring in Bumblebee from the previous video. I actually did a comparison with Bumblebee's size using Blitzwing's Condor Bird thingy mode. And here are their 2 robot modes next to each other. And for another villain character, here we have him next to a Unicron-possessed Megatron, who is a leader class who is going to keep falling over. You see there's a lot of difference between the 2 of them. And they are both triple changes, which is another reason I've compared them. And for another size comparison, we have him next to Kickback. Another character with a sort of similar colour scheme a little bit, with like the purples and orange and yellow. And for a final comparison, we have Megatron, Purple Barney Dinosaur Edition. And I'm not transforming him until I just do his video. that has been all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video, which will be, I don't know, maybe Starscream? Maybe, so I can get the V2 one for him out of the way later. I'll do, I've forgotten his name. You're gonna click off the video because you don't care about this and you just wanted to see this guy, go ahead. If you did like this design though, I guess be sure to like and subscribe and all that stuff, because I'll be posting a lot of Beast Wars styled characters on here, as well as non-Beast Wars characters that are just heavily stylized and some original characters. It's just a lot of my builds recently have been Beast Wars because it's a lot of fun, and because I find G1 kind of overrated, redundant, and boring. So it's nice to get other stuff done, especially in the LEGO building community. Not a lot of people tend to build stuff outside of G1 and movie stuff. The one I see abused the most is animated, but the only reason I don't build an animated is because the same reason I understand most other people don't. It's kind of annoying to do. But if you haven't seen him on Instagram or YouTube, shout out to BX Bricks. He's doing a lot of them. He's done a lot of Transformers stuff. All of it's super cool. But I believe he builds like a full mainline scale, so his stuff is a lot larger than mine. My stuff is a much smaller scale. This guy's like the same size as an average deluxe. So when you guys have taken the fact that I've made a triple changer in the deluxe size class, and it hasn't went horribly, and it's a Beast Wars triple changer between an elephant and a bird, and there's no like ugly kibble or like obvious like things to say it's a triple changer on either mode. So there's no compromises here. He looks good in all three modes, just like my Megatron did. If you enjoyed this whole thing, I'll see you all next time. Ooh.